you're excited for tonight's event too. I do have a couple housekeeping things for the adults. First off, if anybody needs the bathrooms, those are straight down this main hallway, right back where our used books are located. You're free to go at any time that you guys need to. Our cafe will be open throughout the entire event. However, anything that makes loud noises, we will not be able to serve. So lattes, different things like that, until after he's done speaking. There is going to be recordings happening, so just be aware of that. And then we are going to have signings after the fact. If you would like to have your picture taken or your book signed, please purchase the books in advance. Our checkout registers are just in the front of the store there on the other side of the doors. And then, without any further ado, here's Dr. Fizzlebop.
Anybody know how to dance to the Fizzlebop? You can do it, okay? Fizzlebop? Show me the Fizzlebop. Show me the Fizzlebop. You heard it? Know the music? There's no rules. You can do the Fizzlebop however you want to. One more time. Let's see if we can play it. Show me the Fizzlebop. Okay. One more time. You got it. You got it. I'm kind of not the best dancer. It's not what I can do. Sometimes I can do like a sprinkler. And sometimes I can do like a lawnmower. All right, thank you guys for entertaining me with your dancing. That's the theme song, so I always think it gets me going. It's really exciting, fun stuff. Well, I'm Dr. Fizzlebop, and first I would like to pray. Could I have a parent volunteer to pray for our time together? I put it right back to the crowd. I am interactive, and many of you will come here for me. What parent out there would love to pray for our evening thanks? Raise your hand.
Yeah, I'll pray.
Okay, would you mind? Thank you.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us all together today. I pray that we will learn something and that it will help us remember how to teach our children about you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. It is about faith and science, so it's always a great way to start eating together, right? Well, I'm Dr. Fizzlebop, and you can see we have quite a few lovely experiments up here, and we're going to be taking volunteers and lab assistants to help me very soon. But first, I want to just share with you a little bit about who I am. My name is not really Dr. Fizzlebop. It's actually Brock Eastman, and I have a wonderful wife and 4 kids, 12, 10, 8, and 6, and they are all in Colorado. So that's Brock Eastman. Now we're back on Dr. Fizzlebop. Usually I take glasses off with Brock Eastman and back on the glasses with Dr. Fizzlebop. So away to Dr. Fizzlebop again. But Faith and Science with Dr. Fizzlebop came out last November. And we've been having a lot of fun. There is a YouTube channel that you can go on and watch all the experiments. And my kids and I do all these experiments for fun together. And so as you watch these, we have tested them, but sometimes things don't go quite as we expect. But that's okay, right? That's part of the fun of exploring and doing science. First, we have a very fantastic experiment. This is called the walking rainbow. So kids, when I say the walking rainbow, does anybody have a guess what Bible story this might be from? Do you have an idea? Yes.
Noah's Ark.
Noah's Ark. What do you think? Noah's Ark.
The Great Flood.
The Great Flood. What have I told you? Joseph and the coat of many colors. Not what you would have expected for a walking rainbow, right? But that is the story we're going to talk about tonight. So this experiment is probably one of my favorites. It's super simple. It takes just a few ingredients. It takes water, paper towels, food coloring, and some cups. Now, I'm going to ask for 2 volunteers to help me with this experiment, okay? So how about way back there in the blue shirts? Yes, with your hand, yes, you sir, back there in the blue shirt. Perfect, come on up. And let's go right there in the gray jacket. Come on up with me, okay? Now, I do have these, let me grab these real quick. These are these little smocks for you to wear because, well, this one includes food coloring, and sometimes we don't want to get our clothes messy. So go ahead, you can put that one on for me. And here you go, sir. Put that one on for me too. Okay, awesome. Our other experiments are not quite as messy, so we should be okay. All right, so if you guys want to step on over here, we're going to do this fantastic experiment. And I'm going to read the instructions as we go and have you guys help me out, okay? So I'm going to give you 4 cups and give you 3 cups. You guys can come over here, we're gonna set them up right in a row in just a second, as I tell you, and then we're gonna do food coloring and water. All right, so this simple experiment is going to show us about colors. Does anybody know what the primary colors are? Yes, right here in the green.
Red, yellow, and blue.
Excellent. Does anybody know what the secondary colors are? In the purple.
Orange.
Excellent. What's been studying? Yes, good. So we're going to do something exciting because we're going to use the primary colors and we're going to show an experiment that's going to not only create the secondary colors, but also teach about absorption. So first, we need our Fizzlebop supply list. And our ingredients are 7 clear cups, which I didn't get your names. What's your name? Keontae? Excellent. And yours? Fizztastic. This is great. Okay, say hello to our wonderful lab assistants. Okay, guys ready? All right, here we go. So we've got our 7 clear plastic cups. We've got water, lots of water. We have food coloring, those primary colors you mentioned, red, yellow, and blue. And we have our, well, we have a roll of paper towels, but I've already gone ahead and pre-torn them for us. We've got a roll of paper towels. Now, what we're going to do is set our 7 cups in a row, very close together. 1, 7, perfect. Okay, next, and we're going to add water to the 1st, the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th, all the way to the top. There you go. Hopefully enough water, we'll see. Really close to the top. Oh, marvelous. Okay. Ooh, I think we made it. Yes, fantastic. Now, I'm going to have you add red and you add yellow and blue. So we'll take this cup, this top, and squeeze about 5 to 10 drops of red in the 1st and the 7th cup. I'm going to have you squeeze yellow, about 7 to 10 drops in the 3rd cup, and blue into the 5th cup. And we'll cap these right back up because it's color is fun. Fun. All right. There's a really fantastic and like really fizzy fantastic experiment called the Easter egg. It's an Easter egg dyeing, fantastic Easter egg dyeing. And you can watch the video release on the 9th. It's in the book right now. But you'll see that when we did that, we didn't expect the experiment to be quite so fantastic. And the carpet below the table got quite colorful for Easter. So anyhow, you'll see that one, but it's a very colorful and fizzy experiment. Wonderful, you guys are really great. You might have to earn these badges at some point, be part of my labs. Good. What we're going to do next is, and this is going to start, and then you guys can sit down, and it'll continue while we do our other experiments, okay? So first, we're going to take these paper towels here. We're going to fold them over just like this, and then we're going to go from here into an empty cup, just like this. Okay? So go ahead and you do that one and that, connect all the way to the center, and then if you connect the rest all the way to the center for me as well. Fold them in half, and put them right into there. Yeah, it should be nice and close together. Good. Yes. Okay. Now you're already starting to see the color walk up the paper towels, right? Does anybody see that?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
We just right now only have red, blue, and yellow, right? Just our primary colors?
Yep, and that.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start moving these forward, because I probably should start further out and closer together. And we're gonna let these actually keep going while we do our another connect experience. So get these all tucked in there nicely. And again, that was really super simple, right? We have water, food coloring, and paper towels. Okay, thank you guys. If you guys want to sit down, you can leave your response over there. And we're going to move on to the next experiment. We're going to let this experiment happen while we do the next one, so you guys can watch the walking rainbow take place. Thank you guys. Give them a round of applause. Okay. So our next experiment is called, well, it's a really fun experiment. raise of hands, when you build a building or a bridge, what do you think a company or construction company or an engineer uses? Yes, what do you think? Well, when you think of one, you tell me, okay? Go ahead and shout it out. What about you? What do you think an engineer or construction company uses? A crane? Yes. But what about the building material? What do they use to build the structure itself? How would we hear in the green? Concrete. Great. Back there, right there in the dark blue shirt. Yes.
Bricks.
Bricks. Excellent. Next to you, right there.
Wood.
Wood. Okay. Go ahead and shout out any answers you think might be used for bridge.
Hammer.
Those all make logical sense. Has anybody ridden to the top of a skyscraper made of spaghetti? How about driven over a bridge made of spaghetti? Well, we are going to build a bridge with spaghetti. And we are going to test its strength and see how much weight it can hold. So I do need 3 more volunteers for this one. And they should be a little bit bolder because we need to wear some safety goggles for this one. Okay, let's go right there in the green again. That's a great answer. Here, the pink right there is great. And right down here in the front. Come on up. You can answer, you can answer all kinds of questions for me. Let's get involved and do it. All right. So I'm going to have you guys go ahead, and I forgot to bring my smaller safety glasses, so I had to grab some. They are adult, but hopefully they will fit you well, okay? We'll go ahead and put these on. Now, most likely, we won't need that, but it's always good. One thing Dr. Fizzlebop really cares about is safety first. Safety first. Did your parents tell you safety first? No running with scissors, right? Things like that. Very important things. Okay. So come on up here, my assistants. And what's your name? Malcolm. Wonderful. Annabelle? Eldred. Excellent. Everyone, round of applause for our brand new assistants. Okay. So yes, we are going to build a bridge with spaghetti and then test the weight. So for this experiment, we need, what do you think this is? You guys are really smart. Okay, and we're going to use a paper cup right here with about 6 inches of string. I've already gone ahead and punched the holes and tied the string couplets. This is where we're going to put, what do you think is going to go in here? Noodles or our weight. So we've got about 200 pennies here for our weight. We've got our cup with our strings. We've got our spaghetti for our bridge. And then we have some rubber bands, because when we make our bridge, we're going to use this to hold it together. Then we have paper clips, and we're going to bend these paper clips into either a C or an S. Hook our rubber band onto the cup. And then most important, but not least, is our tower. This is our tower. These are our supports for our bridge. So we need something tall to put our bridge on. First, let's just try 1 strand of spaghetti and see how strong it is. What do you think? Think it'll hold very much?
No.
No? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yes. This is pretty amazing. It's pretty strong. No? Okay, well, let's try it.
Maybe.
Go ahead, hold that for me, and set it right across the Bibles there. Okay, next up, I'm going to bend this into a simple S curve. An S curve like this. It's going to go like this, and it's going to go, oops. My kids do it much better at home for me, but that's okay. There's our S right there. Here's our S. You hold that for me. Excellent. So put that on the spaghetti. Right, sorry, actually, to explain that much better. Right here, right here, so straight up, right like that. Perfect. Now, I'm going to have you attach this to the bottom of the hook so it's hanging down low. Do you think that that spaghetti will hold this cup?
No.
Who thinks it will hold it up? Yes? Who says no?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, go ahead and attach it to attach it to the paper clip for me. Go do that for me. Go there, attach to the paper clip. Let's see. All right, well done. Well done. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and have you add 1 penny at a time for the first 5 pennies. So put 1 at a time and do 5 total. So ready? 1, okay. 2, 3. Ooh, you see how it's bending? There you go. Yep. 4. 5. Wow. Okay. So far, did anybody expect 5 pennies?
No.
Okay. thinks one strand can hold 10 minutes? 15, 20, 30, 5 million. Thank you. Okay, so go ahead and add 5 more pennies, one at a time. And we'll count out, let's count out loud together. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Well, who said less than 10? Okay, spaghetti's pretty amazing, huh? All right, how about you come over and go ahead and add 5 more pennies? Woo, wait, hold on. Look at the rainbow. What's happening over here? What do we see? It's absorbing, you're right. The water and the color is actually walking up the paper towel and draining the other one. And we went from red and blue made, and blue and yellow made, and yellow and red made. Fantastic. Okay, let's keep going, and let's continue on with our spaghetti bridge. 11, 12, 13, 14. I don't know. This might be unbreakable. Might be unbreakable. Well, let's continue on. We're at 5 more. Okay, we're at 15. 16. 17. 18. Okay, so the one strand of 17 pennies before it grows. Okay, so we are going to do another one. This time we're going to try 5 strands of spaghetti. Now, what do you think? Let's take a poll of the crowd. Do you think 5 strands of spaghetti together is stronger than 1 strand of spaghetti alone?
Yeah.
You? Okay, let's find out. Would you mind getting me out 5 pieces of spaghetti? Right. We're going to do this. And we'll go ahead and start with 17 pennies, right? We believe 5 will hold 17, right? No? Let's try it. We got 5. Oh, fantastic. Okay. So now, just to help our bridge stay together and create it united in its efforts, we're going to go ahead and wrap the rubber band around it. Now, this will take me a second, and it's possible I'll break some spaghetti along the way, but we want to get nice and tightened together so that we at least have it holding in a band of spaghetti. Okay. 1, 4, this. Okay. So there is our wonderful 5-strand spaghetti bridge. Yes? Saw me do it. Okay, so let's put it back on here again. And let's see. Let's take our S hook. And let's go ahead and put it across the bridge again. Well, look at that. It's hardly bending, right? Okay, so we're at 17. No, we had 18 and then when it broke. So we're at 18 pennies right now. So finish on. Keep going all the way up to 20. 19. 20. Okay, did you add you added 6 through 10, right? So you can add 5 more and count them out even quicker. 1, 2, 23, 24, 25. It's not even moving. Okay, go ahead and add 10 more now, okay? Let's see 10. 6, 27, 28, 29, and 30. 1, 32, 33, 34, 35. Man, that's just not even bending. Let's try something. Okay, so this is 50 pennies in a roll. What do you think? Who thinks that this bridge of 5 will hold 50 more pennies on 35? Yes, so the 85 total pennies. Yes, science, math, it'll put this together. Yes, we got a lot of hands. Anybody think it? There's no way. It's gonna break right away. Who thinks it's gonna break right away? No? There are a couple hands. Let's find out. All right, so can you go ahead and softly place that 50 pennies into the cup and let's see what happens. Pennies plus the paper cup and string. Well done. So go ahead and can you give me 10 more pennies? 10 more pennies, one at a time. Now it is bending a little bit, wouldn't you say? But it's quite strong. Any parents, can you do me a favor and tell me what 17 times 5 is?
85. Happy, you're good at
85. How many pennies are there right now?
85.
So technically, you would think because of one strand can hold 70 pennies, at 85 pennies, it would have broken. Interesting. I wonder why multiple strands together are stronger than one strand alone. Let's keep going. Where are we at? What was that? The first penny was 86? 86. Awesome. Thank you. 86. 88. 89. 90. 1. 92. 93. 94. 95. Okay, so we're at 95 pennies. So we've already gone past 17 per string. Okay, who has not, have you not had pennies for a little while? Okay, go ahead and give me 10 more. We're gonna get close. What do you guys think? Think we make it to 100?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to 100. Let's do 100 versus 5. Was that 97 you said? 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105. Wow! That's marvelous. So imagine the engineering that goes into creating a bridge and creating a structure like this, right? Hey, let me use 10 more. We need this bridge to break. Do you need a little break? Do you think they'll stay together?
No.
Stay together? Oh yeah, what was that number? Sorry, 106. Okay, 106. 107. 108. 109. 110. Keep going. 111. 112. 113. 114. 115. 115 pennies. Fantastic. Give them a round of applause. Thank you guys. Fantastic job. 115 pennies. What do you guys think would happen if we would have gone from 5 to 10?
It would have about maybe 100.
100 feet? What about 200?
Yeah.
300?
300. No.
So I do have, you had 115 pennies there, right? 115 pennies. So I need 2 more volunteers. Zane, are you gonna join me? Come up here, Zane. Okay, excellent. Was there another Zane? No, I thought there was another. Well, 2 Zanes. Okay, and right here in the container. All right. So what we're going to do here, my friends, is we've got some penny rolls. So we're going to use those to our advantage. That way we'll add them up very quickly. So I'm taking 50 out of here. This is 115, right? 115. So we're going to take the 50 out. And so now we're at what? 65. 65. Okay, so we got 65 pennies right here. You guys want to go ahead and put some goggles on real quick, just in case. You saw how the spaghetti flew, right? It went kind of pow, boom. Right? We don't want anybody to get poked in the eye with spaghetti. I actually had it happen with my kids one time. It's not fun. No, not one of my labs, it's one of my own children. Or Elsie. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take and we're going to do, let's see, we're gonna do 10 strands. We're not gonna get crazy. We're gonna do 10 strands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's get a little crazy. 11. Let's do 11 strands. It's gonna throw all of your parents' math off. We're trying to figure out doubles from 5 to 10. We have 11. So we have to do some tens, figure out those tens. I know everybody loves fractions. It's my favorite too. All right, so we're gonna do it with you. We're gonna put our hands around the spaghetti, right? And then we're gonna get to real business that in the way. Let's just wrap around here real quick. And so parents, like I said, with the walking rainbow, which you can see is really walking quite quickly. What do you think of that? Quite the rainbow there. Ingredients that you have at home or in your pantry, it's all right there. Very, very simple. Same with this. Probably you have a box of spaghetti at home. Probably you have some bands, a paper clip, and some things you can stack, whether it be chairs or maybe 20 copies of Dr. Fizzlebop. That's fine with me too. So whatever that might be, you can have those. Or I'm gonna do a little side shout out here. My buddy, David Miles, is right there. And he illustrated Daddy's Very Sound and Mommy's Very Small, which are two picture books that I also did. Great Mother's Day. But that's David Miles. Say hi. He's an amazing illustrator. Yes. Okay. Sorry, this is Sunday, so it's 1:00. I'm excited right here. Okay, so we have our spaghetti bridge of 11 strands of spaghetti. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to have you go ahead and look that up a little bit. We're going to go back again. We're going to attach this to the strand, right? So we're starting with how many? 65 pennies. So first, have these 50 pennies back into the cup very carefully. And what will that put us at? 115. And it does look like one of my 11 strands broke, so that means we had 11 instead of 10. One's already gone. All right, so that's 115. Go ahead and add 50 more. Okay. What are we at? Woo! What are we at? 165. 165 and 10 strands. Okay, it is bending quite a bit. There's a lot of compression going on inside that bridge right now. Okay, you have this one left. What is that? What will this put us at, guys?
215.
Okay, so now you will have to go home and you will have to find out for me how many pennies 10 strands can hold. It's somewhere between 165 and 215. But you'll have to have your parents send me the answer. I want to know how many you can hold. Okay, thank you guys. Round of applause. Well. Having a terrible time. Like horrible time. You're all having terrible times. No. Horrible times. I want you to have a fantastic, marvelous, wondrous time. That's one of my favorite words. Fantastic, very fantastic time. Isn't that very fantastic time? Yes, shout. You can be very bold with me. We're not at home. We're at Baker Bookhouse. We can be as loud as we want to. Right? It's not a library. It's a bookstore. Wonderful. Okay. So look at. It looks like our colors are really coming along. And if you watch really closely, you can see drips just coming on and on and on. And what will happen is actually these cups will fill all the way up so they're equal all the way across. Now there's a lot of water here, so we may not see it happen before we're done here, but they will actually be equal all the way across the liquid. And you can do this at home. Food coloring, water, paper towels, and cups. It's that simple. Super simple is what we like to say. All right, now this next experiment. This is my second favorite experiment. Does anybody want to see what my favorite experiment is? Woo! I didn't hear anybody say yes. Parents are that little back. Anyways, this is a fantastic experiment. It is fizzlicious. It is so fizzy. Fizz. You guys, do you know what my name is? Fizzlebop. Do you know why my name is Fizzlebop?
Because you say physics.
I say fizz a lot, but I love fizz. I love fizz. Is my favorite thing. It's fabulous. Fizz-tastic. And I think that with my faith, fizz goes really well with a fizzy faith. So I love it. Now, not fizzy with that, but fizz is just overjoyed and overflowing. That's how I love it. Okay. So, fizz, we are going to do my #1 favorite experiment. This experiment is so fizz-tastic. Now, I will need 6 volunteers for this one. Now, if you've already been up here, I would ask that you let someone else do this experiment. But if you haven't, this is your chance. Yes, right there in the gray sweatshirt, you have been Zane #2, I thought was your name. So come on up, buddy. Okay, and yes, right here in the blue, and back there in the pink. Yes, come on up. Okay, well, I know it's so hard because there's so many fantastic experiments. Yeah, if you want to put on you guys can put on a thing right there. There's smocks. You can put on a smock. Yes, perfect. This could be this. Maybe. Yeah, you're ready. You're not worried about it at all. Okay, I'm gonna have a really hard time here. So many great hands. Okay, yes, right here in the blue. Right there. Yes. And yes, you in the blue as well. Yes. And you in the back in the dark blue up there too. Come on up. Okay, these are my Fizzlebop lab assistants. Come on up, my friends. And there's only 4 spots, but you won't need them. It's okay, I promise. This won't be too messy. Come on up. It's okay. You're fine. You don't need one. It's okay. This won't be too messy. Come on. Okay. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to help you guys as we go through this Fizztastic experiment. This one really is Fizztastic. So everybody comes with me. I'm going to move some Bible stretches real quick. We have some more space. You hold that one. Let me go ahead and move this spaghetti bridge thing over just a second. Yeah. I'm going to move the spaghetti bridge because we need some more room. Some more room. Okay, so I have 6 bottles here. This experiment is so Fizztastic, and it's called the Fizz Inflator. The Fizz Inflator. And the cool thing about this experiment is, again, what do you think? It's super simple and has ingredients you have in your house. Everyone in the crowd, do you have baking soda at home? Yes? You do. You guys know you have baking soda? Excellent. Vinegar. Okay. Do you have like an empty water bottle? No? You can put this on, you don't have to. You're welcome to put on the bottle if you want to. Okay. So you have vinegar, you have an empty bottle, you have baking soda. Do you have a balloon? Then you have a Fizz Inflator at your house right now. Okay? You just have to, do you want to come here? You can stand right there on this edge right there, okay? Right out a little bit. Go over there. Yes, you can have a bottle. You can everybody get a bottle. Hang good bottle, okay? Oh, not that bottle. That's vinegar. Oops. There's vinegar. There's a bottle for you. You got a bottle there? Okay. Oh, and these will be at the books later. These are my favorite. They're called Zots. I'm not sure I can say it online, but they're called Zots. And they are fizzy. And when you bite them open, they fizz into your mouth. They are the most Fizztastic wondrous candy in the world. Okay, and then everybody gets a balloon. Okay. Got a balloon, perfect. Balloon. Sure thing. And there you go. Okay, now if you guys can take off the cap to your Fizz Inflator. Okay. And I'm going to come by and I'm going to add some baking soda to your balloon. But first, take your balloon and stretch it out. Stretch it out really good. And I'll help if you need to. We'll go like this. I'll do it again. Come on, your balloon, sit quick. We're going to go like this. We're going to go like this. Stretch your long ways like this. Oh, and you know I forgot. Names. What's your name? Kathleen. Judah. Winnie. Awesome. Isaac. Isaac? 2 Isaacs? We got 2 Isaacs! What's your name? Lucy. Okay, well, everybody tell our lab assistants hello and welcome. Hello! Wonderful. 2 Isaacs, like Isaac Newton. Okay, that works too. Isaac Newton would have been my friend. I mean, maybe. Okay, so let's stretch out our balloons as good as we can, nice and stretchy. I'm doing yours for you, like this. Okay, keep stretching for me. Stretch it out nice and stretchy. Grab hands. Okay, let me do yours a little too. I'm going to help everybody out. Just do a little bit of stretching. Nice little stretching there. Okay, there you go. And here we go. All right, good. Make sure it's nice. Oh, this is looking good. Get it nice and stretchy. Excellent. Whoa! Wow, that is like super. Stretch Armstrong or Stretch Isaac, I guess, in this case. There you go. Good job. Get yours real quick. Well, you actually, that was really good. And yours is okay. I think you guys did it. You guys are fantastically strong, no doubt about it. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this baking soda and I'm going to come along and I'm going to add some baking soda to your balloon. Okay. So let me open it up. I just realized I did not open it earlier. So let me get this opened up real quick. You figure that out.
I done this.
Okay. There we go. And we want to go center of our phone. That would be really not good. Oh man, if you have like a white powdery face, starts to come out. Okay. What? Yes, it would be very powdery. Very powdery. Okay, I have it open now. That mystery is over. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to add it to your balloon like this. I put the funnel in your balloon. And I'm going to pour in just a bit of baking soda. All right. Perfect. Okay. There's yours. Hold that for me for a moment. Actually, what I'll do is then yours. Right there. 6 Fizz Inflators is a lot of Fizz Inflators. So multiple hands are really great. Okay, here we go. more fizz. Now, when you're being scientific and you're reading it in the book, it will ask you, it'll give you exact measurements on what to do. We're getting a little bit creative with our science here. We're just kind of adding it in together. Sorry. And going down. Okay. I think we got some there. It's a little stuck at the top. I might get you a new one, okay? 1 second. You work with that. See, that'll go into this stuff. Okay, awesome. Next one. And yellow. Okay. We got our funnel. So this one's like, yeah, it's to be open. Pour some baking soda. Right down the side. Ooh, okay. A lot of baking soda in that one. Here you go. And the red balloon. Okay. We got. Now, this one, again, you'll see what's my favorite very soon. But what we're going to do is I'm going to help you attach the top of your balloon to the bottle. But first I put some vinegar in it. And we're going to count down from 10 when it's time. And when I say 10, we're going to flip over our balloons and see what happens. Okay. There we go. Get the green one there. One. Awesome. There you go. Hold that for me. Thank you. All right, and our purple balloon. Your purple balloon. Thank you. And one last one. It's going to go into the bottle. Maybe you're already figuring out what's going to happen if you are. Don't give it away yet. Okay, you've done this experience. All right, and hold that one for me. Okay, now we have added our baking soda. Which, does anybody know what baking soda is considered?
No. A tool for breaking and cleaning things.
That is very, yes, it is good for cleaning things. That is very true. I had to use it like this Easter eggs. But it's a base. It's called a base. And vinegar is you know what vinegar is? Acid. Okay, we have a scientist in there. We haven't volunteered yet for any of my experiments. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add vinegar into each of your bottles, okay? So, a little bit of each bottle. All right. Okay, there's that one. There's that one. Ooh, vinegar has kind of special smell to it.
Yeah.
Does it smell good or bad? What do you think?
Good.
Good? You like the smell of vinegar? That's okay. We are each made very uniquely different by God. Isn't that right? Some of us may like the smell of it. Okay, here we go. All right. Cool. Everybody's different with vinegars. I hope that's okay, parents. They're your kids. All right. And one more. All right, we're gonna do a lot of vinegar. Here's what happens. Whoa. Okay. All right, so again, in the book, it gives you very precise amounts to include. We are being imprecise, but you'll see the results of that in just a moment. Okay, now I'm going to help you guys again, just because this is the part that could be a little bit tricky. It's always good to have a partner in the lab. So this is a great time to get your parents or a friend to help you when you're doing this experiment. What we're going to do, we're going to take the end of our balloon and we're going to attach it to the top of our bottle. This, okay? But we're not going to flip it over yet. Okay? Right there, you can hold the balloon if you want to. And then can I see your balloon? Isaac, thank you, sir. Wonderful. You ready? Are you ready? Great. Okay, here we go. So don't flip it over quite yet. Okay, we're gonna keep them down like that. That's yours, Isaac. 2 Isaacs. Okay, here we go. Right there. You gonna do yours? Need help? You got it. What's that? Need help? Okay. That's great. All right, there we go. And yours. We'll go. Okay, that's okay. No worries. There you go. So, okay. Okay, that's awesome. What do you see happen? Okay, so everybody else just wait 1 minute, okay? That's awesome. Look at that. Okay, and yours. Okay. Now we're gonna count down. We're gonna count down from 10 And at 10 seconds, I want you to lift your balloon all the way over and let it go. Over. Okay, you ready? So grab your balloon. I'm going to count down from 10. It won't explode, so don't worry about that. But let's count down from 10 together. Everybody ready? 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
See what happens. Whoa. Your balloon might be stuck. The button said it's going to incubator. Interesting. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Just take a second. Now it's inflating. Now it's inflating. And you shake it. You shake it just a little bit. There you go. There you go. So what happened was that the base in the acid base, the big vinegar base soda, and it actually made carbon dioxide. And because the carbon dioxide can't go anywhere in the bottle, because the bottle is a firm structure, it goes with the balloon, and the balloon can expand. So you guys actually made carbon dioxide gas, and you inflated the balloon. Now the cool thing is, I wouldn't take that off. That'll get all over you. But what is cool about this is, if you want to take this back to your seat very carefully and hand it to your parents, you can take this fizz inflator home and you can reuse it over and over and over again. I might use a different balloon, but you can take your bottles with you and you now have a fizz inflator. So round of applause for everyone. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay, so it looks like our walking rainbow is doing pretty well. It's filling up, it's still taking its time, but we definitely have red, purple, it's pretty dark, but it's purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Do you remember the primary colors? And now we made our secondary colors. Let me share with you real quick here at the end. Just a short thought on the walking rainbow. Now we did establish earlier that this was not a story.
Noah's Ark.
This is not Noah's Ark, right? This was a different. Thank you very much. That's so nice. Open them all for me. Thank you. This is not Noah's Ark. This was about Joseph and the coat of many colors. So, does anybody have any idea? And I won't say if you're right or wrong yet. Does anybody have any idea what maybe the story of Joseph and the coat of many colors teaches us? Don't show favoritism.
Don't try to throw people in a pit and some.
It's a great lesson learned. Yeah, I like that lesson. So let me read to you here shortly about something I took away from the story of Joseph and the coat of many colors. All right. So when I did this experiment, you guys watched this experiment, right? Yeah. Did you think it was pretty marvelous? What do you think? Did anybody like this experiment? Yes. Yes. Okay. So in my mind, God's wonderful world is truly magnificent. God is creative, and I just love all the colors he thought of. Have any of you ever tried to come up with your own color? Yes, you have.
I tried to make a color called candy.
What was it called?
Candy.
Ooh, you might want to go ahead and trademark that. That's a great color. I would keep that. Colors, though, are very difficult to make. They're really mustard. It's hard to get color. But God made an infinite amount of colors, zillions, bajillions of colors that we can't even fathom or imagine. And sometimes we can't even see those colors with our own eyes. That's how that's what God is. Now, colors are all around us, and there's a story in the Bible that we talk about all about colorful objects. So when you get home, I want you to open up your Bible to Genesis 37, so you can read the story. But Joseph, and you alluded to this, Joseph was one of the 12 sons of Jacob. And Jacob gave something very special, a colorful robe. That robe was definitely a fantastic gift, but even though Joseph really liked the robe, you said this, his brothers were jealous. Instead of ecstatic for it. Have you ever been jealous? Have any in here ever been jealous? Have you ever felt jealousy? Maybe some of you have not felt jealousy. Parents, some of you never felt jealousy in your life. Whoa, you are better than me because I certainly have. And I'm going to share with you a story about what I did. So jealousy is when you look at something someone else has and you wish you had it to them. Now, parents, does anybody felt jealousy? Okay, so now we've got a few more hands. Now we understand what jealousy is. Okay. Sorry. All right. God actually warns about jealousy in Exodus 20:17. God said, Does anybody know what God said in Exodus 20:17? He said, you must not covet or be jealous of your neighbor's house or anything else that belongs to your neighbor. But why would God warn us about jealousy? Well, jealousy is super sneaky. It starts like a little bit of color traveling up through a paper towel until it reaches the other side, and suddenly you see jealousy everywhere. One minute you're doing swell, and the next minute you're feeling like nothing will be marvelous ever again. Until you have what happened to someone else. At one time, I got super jealous. It happened when I entered this huge science experiment competition. Each scientist was supposed to create his or her own very special experiment. And then the judge would decide which one was the most magnificent. Well, it's embarrassing to say, but my experiment, it went really well, but it didn't win. In fact, my friend Dr. Fizzlebop had an experiment that honestly was a lot better than mine. Her experiment was stupendous. Do you know what stupendous means?
Yes.
Yes, it's like fantastic, marvelous, wondrous, fantastic word. We just don't use enough. But I let jealousy get in the way. And instead of being excited for my friend Dr. Fizzlebop, I was jealous. In fact, I didn't talk to her the whole rest of the competition. Have you ever done that? Been jealous of something and so you stop talking to that person because you didn't like it, that they had something you didn't. Anybody have that feeling ever? Yeah, it doesn't feel good, does it? No, it doesn't. So, anyways, later I stopped and I remembered the story about Joseph and his brothers and the code-made colors and the jealousy. And so I went and I congratulated Dr. Fizzlebop. And I asked God to forgive my jealousy. So if you're feeling jealous of someone else, take a second and thank God for that person. Then thank God for the gift that He gave to them. And then thank God for the gifts and the good things He's given you. You might be surprised at exactly how many great things God has actually given you. So I want to share a story because, science experiments are fun and there's contests and we all do great competitions, but sometimes it's easy to feel jealous. And what we don't realize is jealousy, it can kind of sneak up on us. We don't even realize that we're having those feelings sometimes. And suddenly, whoa, it's everywhere. Especially when you guys think about that. And when you do some of these experiments, like the fizz inflator or the spaghetti bridge, there's all kinds of great stories that connect to the Bible back to that. And that's why it's all about faith and science. Because you know what is really cool? It is okay to be a scientist or a mathematician or an engineer and be a Christian. It's pretty amazing. You can actually do both. Who thinks you can do both? Be a Christian and a scientist? Excellent. That is fantastic. That's what I hope you'll come away with as you join us in the Fizzlebop Labs. So sadly, that is all the experience I have for tonight. But I will take a moment here and answer any questions you have, and we'll be back there and signing books so we can take pictures and all those fun things. But I want to thank you guys for having such a great time, being such great lab assistants. Everyone who's a lab assistant, you did a fantastic job. I hope when you go home that you'll do some experiments and that you'll share them with me so you can call my lab assistants, even if you didn't do anything tonight, okay? Let me go ahead and ask for one more pair of volunteers to close us out in prayer. Come on, my pair of volunteers. You're out there. I know you are. Well, we've got to keep volunteers. That's even better. You want to pray?
Yes.
Come on. You want to come here and pray? Go right there. Stand and let's hear your prayer. Amen. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.